Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your weekly astrology horoscope. This is the Peace Dealer, still triggering fools and empowering the wise. You know what it is. Moving forward, you definitely gonna have me speaking in legal lingo and, war lingo. It's interesting. A lot of people who've been watching me for years have noticed that I've been preparing you for these moments the whole time. I couldn't just outright jump up and say it, but even though I did, like if you go to even earlier lives, I just jump out and say it, but it didn't have context before, and now it's starting to have context. So please understand that we are preparing for the not possibility, but certainty of a civil war and new revolutionary war. America, the Declaration of Independence, July 6, 1776, was signed when Pluto was 27 degrees Capricorn. Let me tell you why this is very tied to Obama, because he has a 27 degree Saturn in Capricorn as an aqua rising. So someone with a chart like his is intricately linked to this country. That's why he served this country, or rather finessed it. And, that's as simple as looking at his 12th house Saturn that coincides with this Pluto. So really moving forward, follow Obamagate. Follow that whole case. The 12th house means it's hidden. Okay, that's why it's not being covered by media. But like I said in the video, keep going hard every day. You need to be on these people's ass. Okay, do not let up. Pause. Be on these people's ass. Pause. Okay, you guys are doing such an incredible job. These people are shook beyond belief, and you need to just keep pressing it. Daily coverage. The daily coverage that the media fails to put, we gonna cover that. Okay, so other than that, I will say this over and over just to prepare you. This is not a possibility. A lot of people are like, Michael, Peace Dealer, maybe there's a different way where we can all come out of this, as friends. And like such pseudo-scientific kind of claims of peace and harmony. I'm not here to do that. A lot of people think that because I'm the peace dealer, that makes me a peacemaker. I am not a peacemaking ass nigga. I'm the peace dealer. Okay, drug dealers deal drugs. I deal peace. I don't consider what I do any different from what they do. I have to fight to regulate what I do because people think it's fraudulent and a sham. Okay, I'm here to deal peace, and I know that peace is on the opposite coin of war. If we have to wage war for peace, that's why I'm preparing you guys for war. Okay, and so this is not a possibility. It's a certainty. This is how cycles work. We're coming in. The last time Uranus was in Gemini and Neptune was in Aries, this country had a civil war. And Uranus is about to come into Gemini, and Neptune is about to come into Aries, and before then, if not already, we already in war. But like civil war is about to be official. So like when you see the tension that's surmounting and the division that's occurring, know that it did not come out of nowhere. This has been bubbling up for decades, and I will keep on saying this parable, the parable of the wheats and the tares. It's a week like this that polarizes a lot more who's who. Okay, let's think of the demon gene. Let's think of like dark energy and matter that is laying suppressed in most people's DNA that's starting to awaken. Because, and some of you guys, especially light workers, you know this when you deal with people who are just like clearly suspect, clearly evil, but like whenever you're about to confront it, it goes back down. You know people like that? Whenever you confront them on their manipulative behavior, they suddenly start to act nice. But that's the demon gene. That's the wheats and the tares, right? Now that you're living your truth, now that you're shining your light, that is frustrating that energy within them, and it's starting to bring it all the way up. This is the parables of the wheats and tares, especially in a week like this where we're getting ready for the full moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn is going to trigger the first boss battle of this 2020 year. And so be very mindful of the skirmishes you face this week, because they're definitely going to prepare you from first quarter square with moon in Libra to the full moon in Cap. Don't worry about getting jumped by 1,000 people who don't know shit. The value of you who actually knows someone and knows someone and stands in truth is worth more than a bunch of people coming at you with falsities. I'm going to say this once again, because it's easy to be afraid of telling the truth, but you have to know the power of the truth you represent. When you represent the truth, It is such a standard that anyone that opposes not you, but the truth, is clearly lying. So it doesn't matter if thousands of people are lying, all the power of their lie is meaningless against the power of the truth you speak. It's not about getting an ego and being like, oh, I spit this truth. No, we're just messengers. It's about the truth you represent. Don't be afraid to stand up for that, because Cancer season is fleshing out sincerity. And so the third quarter square to the full moon is, how can you convert the sincerity of your own power that you feel socially to others? How can you convert that to integrity in relationship with others, so that it doesn't matter who you offend, you're going to stand for what you feel and believe and not let others pressure you? That's the skirmishes of this week. Fully expect people to hit you with just quasi rhetoric in order to peer pressure and fear you out of the truth just because it threatens how they feel. You're under no obligation to make people feel good. The last Revolutionary War we had leading up to the Declaration of Independence was Pluto Capricorn. So the energy is here. That's why you feel it. The energy we had for the Civil War is brewing up. That's why you feel it. Prepare yourselves. The thing is, it's not about looking at war and being like, everything's going to be ruined. You need to have a positive attitude. Just because something sounds disgusting or bad doesn't make it bad. For example, you might think that the fact that we're going to be fighting these wars is a bad thing. First of all, in this technological age, it may not happen the way it happened back then. It's not going to. Wars can be finished this quickly. And this could be more of an economic war. Right now, it's a psychological one. And if you're feeling pressured to not stand in the truth that comes from your heart, you're being attacked. You're being affected by this. I can't say that you're making others make you feel a certain way, because you're a sovereign being. But it's up to you to recognize this. So, just keep that in mind. The squares that are occurring with Cancer, as it will be conjuncting Mercury retrograde, is going to enlighten you heavily about how to really feel this sincere energy coming through, and how to really put on the armor of God, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, to really, and the shield of faith. Y'all are definitely going to need faith more than ever now that with this trine to Neptune, the dark forces and deep state are doing whatever they can to really, use deception and lies to take away the facts and outright create new fake facts, or to just supplement narratives with half-truths. For example, Breonna Taylor. At first, I fell for that shit. I was like, justice for Breonna. That's fucking bullshit. The way they painted the narrative was that she was minding her own goddamn business, and then police officers came through and they just shot an innocent young black queen. But then when Candace Owens says that black people keep on caping for criminals, y'all think that she's a coon. You need to listen to the whole story. And I'm not involved in this Breonna Taylor thing. I'm using this as an example because people are using half-truths to deceive many, okay? If I came into your place and then you shot at me, it's only common sense that I'm going to shoot back for self-defense. So the narrative is that tough guy police officers knocked into an innocent woman's house and killed an innocent woman, when they never mention that her boyfriend shot back at the cops and injured a cop. Why don't they mention that? Why don't they mention that there was a reason they had a warrant? Why don't they mention that they banged on the door before they came through? Because this is deception, and you can't say it's an excuse to fall for deception. So be very mindful. Once again, you're going to see the truth you speak be obfuscated with straw men fallacies and ad hominem fallacies. Keep telling the truth. Keep talking about what matters, and don't be afraid to call out the bullshit, because that extreme reaction to the truth you speak when they do is proof they have some kind of demonic influence, or they hate the truth you speak. So this full moon is going to bring out the fullness of your power before you strengthen it in your heart in Leo season. And this is an adjustment period to stand your ground and, not be a total bitch and not be afraid to express what you know to be true. That's really what it comes down to. This is going to also be supplemented with psychic abilities that you also develop through this. And other than that, fight the good fight, my friends. I don't want to make this too long so I can upload it to Instagram, but you know what it is. And, take this week out to prepare you for the boss battle at the end of this week, where you're going to be taking everything you've worked hard to prepare yourself and build yourself and take it to the enemy in whatever form it comes. And until then, kick ass and take names. Peace.